2, 1, and we're live.
Are we live?
Are we live?
Are we live?
Fourth question.
More
It says we're building an audience.
Are we live?
Let's see if it's. Everyone loves this part when.
To everyone already logging in, thank you for paying attention to our feed and
Oh, there's one person. That's one person.
You're the best. We love you, whomever you may be.
Oh.
Doesn't.
Wait a couple seconds to generate.
Yeah, we'll just build some audience.
Do the dance.
I got a partner with me this
Do
week.
the Facebook Live dance. Oh. Hey, that's us.
Oh, hey, it's you. Hello, Michael Gutierrez. Thanks for watching, buddy.
It is time.
Right on. So, welcome to another Facebook Live. We are here to do some art this week. Jonathan Nuss with me today. He's going to show me and you guys how to do a couple techniques. I think I'll let you take it away.
No problem. So this week we're going to be doing something that everybody can do. It's called gel medium photo transfers. So basically what that means is this little white bottle of stuff called gel medium. You can pick it up at any art store or ask for gel medium. It comes in a matte or a semi-gloss. It does dry transparent, so you won't see anything when it dries. It's about $10 for a bottle. Bottle lasts you like 20 years. More like 4. Second thing that we need is we need to have some kind of image. Preferably things that work. I know a lot of people have inkjets at home. Doesn't really work very well with inkjets. Go to a laser copy printer or find some like old carbon prints. And it's really old. The worst possible print you can find is going to make the best image. So what I did, to think about some graphics as well too, instead of just taking like a picture, I went into Photoshop and I cut out this person right here. This guy's called Brady Brown from Bora Boards. This is from last year's swap meet, which is in a couple weeks. And I cut him out, and he's going to be our main graphic today. And I also printed some words, which I also, if you notice, is in reverse. This is a very, 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 very important part, because I've forgotten this before. And anything that you do is going to be reverse when you put it on. So we're going to think about that in a second. Here's some examples. Here's one of my early ones I still have on a board that I've written through the snow and through the rain and whatnot. It was a bunch of, I just took my student cards and did a really rough, grungy kind of feel job towards this. Things I didn't think about though is truck placement. It was really, I thought it'd be fun to have some images underneath my trucks. When you take your trucks off, not so much. So when you're doing this, think about where your trucks are going to be, if you're going to be covering your image or not. Another example I have as well too. This is from some practice I did from an old book. Same kind of thing. This is like old 1960s book about like photography or whatnot. I just like ripped out a bunch of pages, like had some fun. Think about lots of creative different things that you can do. So I'm going to be, we're going to be placing it on the board, and I've had one that's been in the oven for the last 12 hours, and then we're going to show you like both parts of the process. Right? We're going to get Marcel to do this part as well too, because it's fun for everyone. So to make it easier for you two, so a couple things to make it easier as well too. Things you got to remember too, when you're putting things on wood, the image is a little bit transparent. So some things that won't work with this is like whites. Like whites will just come out as transparent. So when you're picking an image, think about colors, deep blacks, things that are going to be like, you're going to see on the board. So what I did, all this white here is not going to show up. This image here. Even make it even easier on us as well too. We're going to cut out the image. so we don't gotta rub off all this extra paper the next day. Lots of cutting going on around here. You should got your pair of scissors. Yeah, rock, paper, scissors. I also recommend printing a couple of these as well too, because just in case this doesn't work, your first time doing it, you can collage the image. Layering it doesn't work too well. I don't recommend layering it too much, but you can sand it off as well too if you make a mistake before you top coat it. Ta-da-da. So that's my my first character that I'm going to put on. Actually, Marcel's going to put on. And then we're going to cut out some branding here. You know, don't put other people's brands. We're all about our own brand here, which is Roarockit. Just in case you're wondering what we're tuning into. Like, who? Roarockit. And remember, I won't stress this enough, I put it in reverse. Because that would suck if you felt, Marcel's gonna cut that part out. Okay, once you've cut out your images, this is also the fun part too. Before you do anything, don't rush putting this on. Take your time, put it around parts of the board. Think about where it's gonna go, do a dry run. Kind of lay it out, see where it's going to be. You know, it's going to fall like that if you don't tape it down, obviously. Yeah, so just kind of dry position all the little places you want to be. You could even, once you kind of have it where you want it, put a little pencil marker that you can lightly erase. Don't put it down too hard. And Marcel's going to be cutting out this Umbora. On our finished, this is on a new product that we'll be dropping soon during swap. You're gonna have to come swap to find out about that one. A little teaser for you kids at home. Ta-da! Okay, this is the fun part. This is where we get to get messy. We're gonna get the gel medium. And then you can get a paintbrush. I'm gonna just get these little sponge right here. I'm gonna do the first one, just so I can give you a little bit of showing.
Yeah, show us how it's done.
Show you how it's done. So I laid out my images. I know where my trucks are gonna be. We have the truck holes really lined up here as well too, so we're not gonna put our image over the trucks. Have it marked down basically, so I'm gonna take this off. Take this, get some gel medium, put it on. It's just kind of doing a glue up, which is a lot of fun. So I just put some gel medium on, and then I'm gonna spread it out as even as I can. This one tutorial that I saw, which was really nice, think about it like mayonnaise. You don't want too much mayonnaise on your sandwich, that's gross. You want nice, even layer of mayonnaise. And you want next part, our most essential part, we want to put it down flat and as even as possible. So we're gonna put it on right away, try not to touch it, on each sides of your fingers, put it on, and then we're gonna lay it down as flat as we can. We're gonna push up all the air bubbles, get that all nice. What you can also do is, if you're the kind of person that has a clay roller lying around as well too, you can take this clay roller and you can roll out those bubbles. Make sure that's on. No air bubbles, because the air bubbles are your friends and your enemies. Because the air bubbles will be the stuff that doesn't stick. So you want to get that stuff out. There might be some lift. That's kind of if you're looking for something to be a clean image, this is not really the thing for you. This is going to have a little bit of that rustic, grungy kind of look towards it. That's what makes it so fun. Now Marcel, all right,
My turn.
let's kind of glue this up.
So I don't want to put too much on, right?
Too much on, because you always can kind of rub it up, but not saturate it. It's a lot like pressing up those boards. Yeah. You don't want to have any pools of glue. You don't want to go crazy with the glue, so this thing is just like this sopping mess that you can't put on. But you want to use like a nice layer of glue. I also use a piece of cardboard here because I don't want to get glue all over my table. So think about that as well too. Go. Okay, now this is the most important part. I'm gonna move this. Okay, Marcel's gonna lay the image as flat as you can on the board. There we go, perfect. There we go. Push out. Really push out all those air bubbles, all those air bubbles, all those air bubbles.
Push it real good.
Bum, 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 bum. All right. And here, want to do some rolling?
I do. Oh, actually, that works really well.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference between my hands and roller.
Rolling, getting all those air bubbles, because air bubbles are not our friends.
It feels like the nice thing about the clay rollers, it has a little bit of give to it so that it matches all of the curvature of our board. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Another thing, when you're doing this, another good pointer, here, you can do that. Work for it as well too. Another good pointer too, when you're practicing this for your first time, do small images. Because the bigger images are a lot harder to put on your board, a lot harder to get that. You start at one end if you want to have like a big long image, and just slowly put it out, pushing out all those air bubbles. All those air bubbles are going to have some lift. For example, I didn't care so much for this as I wanted it to be grungy, but all the lift, there are things like here that didn't stick. It's neither a good thing or a bad thing.
Pretty good.
That's looking pretty good. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's it. Now is one of the other most important parts is your patience. I miss this part all the time. I'm not a patient person, but you should wait at least 12 hours. If you wait a little bit longer, why not? Make sure this is really dry. Make sure that glue is pulling it into the wood. Just be really patient. Put it in a spot that's, you don't want to warp your boards. You don't want to leave it out in heat or anything, but you also want to make sure it's a nice temperature, room temperature, and just make sure that dries nice and evenly for at least 12 hours.
If I have a vacuum bag, could I store it in that?
You could store it in the vacuum bag. If I'm not sure if the air, glue has to dry.
So then you would have to probably extend that 12-hour period.
Yes, it will dry. It's going to dry eventually. Yeah, just like how the glue dries in here. It'll probably be a little bit longer. If I was going to put it in a vacuum bag to know what my board would work as well too, I'd wait just a little bit longer. Just kind of plan out your time like that. Just time management. We're also teaching time management. Okay, so bing.
Oh look, our
wow,
it's done. Look at that.
So I've done some testing up here. For this as well too, and this is the stuff I've had sitting for around 12 hours. Okay, this is the fun part. If you're the kind of person who likes picking glue off your hands or like candle wax, all that stuff, this is the most satisfying thing you'll ever do. So get a little bowl of water like so, you wet 2 fingers, and then we're gonna go over top of it, and we're just gonna rub until, let's get up here a little bit. We're gonna rub. And we're gonna rub not too hard, not too gentle. We're gonna rub all that paper off. This part's gonna be patience as well too. So you don't want to go too fast because, especially if you didn't wait too long, you can lift some of the image as well too. After you've kind of pulled that off for a bit and let it dry again, this is also gonna happen. I'm gonna come up here to show you. There's gonna be some white crusty paper that kind of forms on your board as well too. Guess what? You're gonna have to go in again, take some more water, and just kind of rub it off. Boom. And that's just gonna come off like so. You can do this as well too, Marcel.
Sure.
Get your fingers in there. Get in there. And then we're gonna start rubbing off some of this image. And we're gonna see how well of a job I did yesterday. Patience. Did I have patience? We'll find out. Which is nice about this, if you mess up, stand it off, do it again. You can also, why I like to print a couple of one too, if like a big piece of it lifts off, you can even cut up the parts that lifted, and you can just do some collaging. That could also be fun as well too. Like, there's no rules to this. Another thing is fun as well too. You can mix mediums. If you put a nice photo transfer on here as well too, you could also print. You could also like do some screen printing around this as well too. Do some stencil work. I'm gonna post a photo after this. I'm sorry I don't have it with me, but I did this with some wood burning as well too. I left some blank spaces in my. You'll see that in the comments down below afterwards. Me and my friend Chris Burns, we did a collaboration of some of this with some wood burning, and the two rustic looks go really, really well together. And this is lots of fun. You can sit down at the TV, do it on the subway on the way to work. Okay, I've done that. Don't even laugh. I've actually, people have come to board meeting because of that. Lots of fun, lots of patience. You can just pick. Yeah, pick and you pull until your image is here.
Show the camera. It's
Boom.
kind of like a neat little window into Brady.
Brady's soul.
That's our progress so far.
Yeah, and that's gonna take some time. That's gonna be like, well, like good. Picking and pulling and rubbing and whatnot. And whoa. Yeah, it's fun. I'm not sure if anybody at home has done gel medium transfers before too. Post them as well too. I want to see your work. Or if you watch this video and you're like, oh my god, I want to do this, post this as well too. We also have a new DIY skateboarders group. It's called DIY Skateboard Builders. You can find that on Facebook, and you can post your skate art that you've done there, or boards that you've built. It's a new community that we're starting. This board also too, once I get it looking all nice and beautiful, it's also going to be a prize apparently at Swap 10. So if you're in Ontario, 26th.
The 26th of March.
26th of March, we have our annual buy, sell, trade, slide jam for all the boys and girls.
Should be a really fun day. I'm actually really looking forward to Swap Meet. We got lots of people out from the surrounding region, upstate New York, people from Quebec, Northern Ontario, all around Ontario. If you have the time that day, it's absolutely worth the trek out to Toronto. Come and see fellow skaters, meet people you
I
haven't
think
seen
somebody
in a while.
just posted Swap even.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anna. She's always there to help us out. Our #1 fan. Yeah, and yet again, this is take some time, lots of fun, pushing that off. You'll see how well of a job you've done. Letting that sit and dry and sucking into the wood. Another thing I didn't show you as well too, we did sand beforehand. Light sand, you don't gotta go crazy, but open up those pores of the wood, get it in. Boom. There you go, here's show some more progress. Yeah. And
Look at that.
it really depends how big that you go. Like this will take some time. We won't sit here for like the full time it's going to take to do this, because remember, once it dries, you're going to have to go over once again and go over and pick up all that other white stuff. I like to call it like boogers. It's like Well, paper boogers. I don't know. It's
That's what for you kids at home.
right? Like, mommy, daddy, I want to pick paper boogers. I gotta get letters from parents now.
That's okay. Now they know to redirect the booger picking energy towards some art.
Right? And at the end of the day, this is a real affordable way to put an image on it. It's I wouldn't do this I wouldn't start a lineup of boards with this because, as you can tell, this takes a while. There's art to this, and there's tons of different ways you can do this and be creative with this as well too. So I love to see your guys' work. So. That's actually the DIY group. Thanks, Anna. Appreciate it. And if anybody has any questions at home, post up your questions. If you're late to this video, question away. Well, we're always here to answer all of your questions. We're going to have a step-by-step tutorial too that we'll have on our website as well too, a reading one, so you can go through this as well too, and put some art on your board today. Make some boards, design some art on some boards.
Just seeing if we got any questions. Looks like we're pretty clear. Just like always, we're going to be checking the comment section all week. Please leave any questions or concerns or comments there. We'll be keeping an eye out for it, and we'll try to address it as often as we can. This is really good. Thank you very much, John. I actually learned a couple things about ink transferring.
So I'm going to recap a couple of things that you need. Gel medium. Any art supply store will have a gel medium. You can just even ask the people there, you're like, where do I keep my gel medium? And they'll know all the image transfers. Lots of crafters do this. Second thing you need to know too, this works best with laser or old crappy carbon prints. You can go to any Kinko's or FedEx place to get this printed. You don't want a photo quality image. You want the worst $1.50 image that you can. Third point: start small, then work up to bigger images as well too.
Not bad. Right on. Well, this is very important. I hope you guys learned something as well. This is Jonathan Ness and I'm Marcel, Professor Mars, and we'll see you guys next time for our next Facebook Live.
2 weeks. We'll have something else fun to do.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks you very much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.